Let's go for a walk today. I got a lot of things I want to talk about here in the new year of living in Thailand for 7 years now. Listening to all the drama that everybody likes to talk about on the internet, from, I don't know, work permits to TM30s to tax obligations to immigration to all kinds of stuff. I only want to share my experiences, and I want to talk to you about how things kind of work in Thailand. So let's just talk about reality in the country of Thailand as a foreigner. My mother-in-law, Mafia, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, let's go walk. Here's Paige. All of a sudden her flowers are missing off of her plant.
I know.
Go buy a new one.
But they have new
Coming.
Maybe need some fair food.
Am I done? So before I moved to Thailand, I did a lot of research on the internet. There wasn't many bloggers or stuff like that, or even very many blog sites. But I did a lot of my research on the official pages of the Thai embassy, immigration, and stuff like that. I was very disappointed when I came to find out that none of that stuff was was as it was written. That's something I learned pretty quick. And I learned that different places in Thailand do things differently. It's kind of odd, if this is how it's supposed to be done, why isn't it done this way? So I'm not really sure. And I learned pretty quick to stop asking so many questions, because it doesn't really matter. And I know a lot of the interpretations that we, hang on a minute, it's loud. I don't know what that noise is. But anyway, when they get translated into English, it becomes a little distorted from the Thai version. But since I've been here, there's been a lot of drama, like all kinds of stuff, like, mostly Thailand doesn't want us to be here type stuff, like everybody's out to get us, we're a victim. This thing sounds like a riding chainsaw. Hey, he's driving a chainsaw. Anyway, I've learned to just ignore it, and if I didn't even do the YouTube, I probably wouldn't watch. I definitely don't really watch YouTube or go to blog sites, but if it wasn't for people telling me or sharing me all this stuff, it would have never affected me. Only thing that affects me is whatever my immigration office says. So what actually has changed for me since I've been here? 800,000 baht used to be something you had to have in your bank 3 months prior to your extension, and your statement only had to be for 3 months, and you could use a book. You didn't have to get a printout. It was pretty easy. So they changed that for whatever reasons. It doesn't really matter. So they changed it to where you have to have 800,000 before your extension, 800,000 after your extension, and it can't go below 400. So basically you need to have 800,000 baht in your bank account. But you're on a retire non-immigrant O visa, which is what I have and what I recommend. Don't get the OA in the US. Just come here on a visa, do your stuff here. Because if you do the OA, you got to have insurance. And the insurance, if you get it through the process, it's a little higher than what you can actually get it here for. So don't get the OA. It's just my suggestion. But they expect you to have 800,000 baht in the account, and you're retired, so they expect you to bring money into Thailand to spend it, right? I have 2 accounts now. That was one thing I changed last year. So now I only show immigration my 800 plus whatever I have, I think it's like 850 I have in that account, 850,000, and that's what I show them. I don't have to show them my secondary accounts. However, I do have to fill out a F-bar report to the United States government, if you're a United States citizen, for any amount that I have over Actually, the maximum amount that I have over $10,000, I have to report that on all the accounts that I have here, which is no big deal. They just want to know. The bank is going to give the US a 1099 anyway, so they know. So anyway, leading up to this is the tax obligations that I'm being bombarded with right now. Oh my God, Chuck, how do you pay your Thailand taxes? Oh my God, Chuck, what are you gonna do when they start charging you 35% tax? Oh my God, Chuck, they don't want us to be there anymore. I'm not gonna bring my savings that I've already paid tax on to give Thailand 35% tax. Are you serious right now? And all the people that are even talking about that on the internet, you see them packing up and leaving? I mean, they're just looking for clicks. You guys gotta know that. Drama sells. So here's some reality. I guess we only compare stuff to what we know. If you compare it like in the US, let me start with my situation. Let me just talk about that, because really that's the only thing I can really talk about. I have a tax off. Me and Paige have a Google account. We get a 1099, which is a statement to like a self-employment statement that goes to our Internal Revenue Service, and we have to file a statement if it's anything over $400 for the year. So we get a 1099 from Google. Paige is a US citizen. I'm obviously American. Our tax obligations are in America. So we get a 1099 via internet, and then we're obligated to pay taxes in America. Thailand has a tax treaty with almost every Western country. I think every Western country. There's not going to be double taxation, first and foremost, with America and Thailand. We don't live here from work. We don't have a work permit. We're not working here in Thailand. Everything that I spend is savings. My money's here from savings. We spend money from savings. I don't live here on funds from Google. I don't. I'll get to this point in a second. So my tax obligations are in America, so I have to file, and I file via TurboTax for both of us, because Paige is American. If our business was in Thai, if Paige was to have registered the Google account in Thailand, she would not be paying tax in America, she would be paying tax in Thailand. But she's not. The money's not coming into Thailand as income. Hang on, I know what you're saying. So anyway, there's a tax treaty with America, so we have to file through TurboTax. There's this thing, if you've ever owned a business, called profit and net profit. There's a cost of doing business. So Google, well, I'll just say my IRS in America is taxing me for income that I am making, or we are making, on making video content on YouTube. And really, it's just kind of a hobby for us. We're just really kind of doing it for fun. However, Google is charging their people putting ads on my content, and AdSense is giving me a portion of what Google is getting from those commercials. So there's this thing called cost of doing business. So if I'm going to get taxed on income to make a video about traveling in Thailand, then guess what? Okay, without getting into too much detail and boring you, it costs me more money actually to make a video than what Google is sending me per video. It doesn't cover the expenses of what we're doing to travel, or just living life in Thailand. It's a negative. However, I try to make it a positive. I do pay a little bit so that I don't have to fill a long form out, because if your business is in decline for so long, they want to know why. So I just don't deduct some things, so I just pay a little bit. It makes it easier on me to do that. So if for some reason, and if your business is in Thailand, there's tax brackets too. It's not just 35%. Like, it's just not going to happen 35%. I have friends that are Thai vloggers and they pay their Thai taxes here. Anyway, in Thailand, there's a lot of people working here cash. So it's kind of like an honor system with the government. So there's no way for them to account what anybody's making anyway. So, you know, but it's different when you're collecting actual documentation or you're getting funds via scan pay, direct deposit, stuff like that. Then it can be accounted. But most of the time it's cash. So it's not even really collected, I think, most of them. But I have a lot of foreigner friends that are retired and working over here. But the reality about it is, if you're not causing any problems in Thailand, nobody cares. Like, nobody cares, really. They're not going to take the time to worry about what everybody else is doing. And that's one of the best things I love about Thailand. People mind their own business. So that's my tax obligations. It's with America. I'm pretty much a bust. So that's just the way it is. I'm not making hundreds of thousands of dollars on YouTube. If I was, I'd be paying crap loads of taxes for sure. But I'm not. And they're not taxing me for nobody. Who's going to do that? Like, who's going to check the immigration? Oh, let me see your bank statements. Are they going to be like the tax collector now? Like, who's going to go into my bank account in America? Oh my God, you have this, or you're spending, where's this money coming from? Like, really, they have enough energy and manpower to do that? I don't think so. TM30 is the responsibility of the person who owns the hotel or the landowner. It's not your responsibility. So there's a big thing with TM30. Oh my God, Chuck, when I come to Thailand, I have to have a TM30. Yeah, really, you're supposed to. So really, all you got to do, if you want to, so they have some random checks now in Pattaya where they're checking in people's passports to see if they've got a piece of paper stamped in it that says TM30. If not, they're giving them a fine, and then they're giving them a TM30. Most people who come to Thailand don't have any idea about that. They don't have anything printed. Nobody asks that. But if you want to be safe, the hotel you check in, tell them to print out a TM30 for you. They have to do it online, the TM30, and they can print it out for you. Maybe not right at that moment, but they can print it out for you and you can put it in your passport. And that's all you need.
But you only stay for 1 or 2 nights.
I don't care. And people say, how do you travel around Thailand, Chuck, without... Could you imagine living in Thailand and traveling as much as I have been and having to worry about a friggin' TM30 every time I turn around? It's just stupid. It's stupid to think that that is even something. So does the hotel register me? I don't know, maybe. I don't really care if they do or not. It's not my problem. Most of the time they don't even ask me for my passport, so I'm assuming no. So it's not like when I go to immigration, they go, okay, Chuck, let's look at all the places you've been. No, they don't give a crap. And I used to go get a TM30 every time we left the country. But now I don't, my immigration says I don't have to because I bought a multiple entry visa. I mean, a multiple entry stamp to come in and out of the country. And when I went to go check in after we went to Vietnam and we came back, she said, no, you don't need that anymore. You have a multiple entry stamp. So I'm like, okay, cool. So all those people worrying about TM30s, if you're really worried about it as a guest, you can just have the hotel ask you to print one out. If they don't, then don't worry about it. Then when you go to the next one, ask them. Because chances are, there's a very slight chance anybody's going to even ask to see your passport for many reasons. For one, they don't speak any English, and they're not going to come up to you. Most of the time, who carries their passport with them anyway? I always just carry a copy. I don't carry my passport around. I've never been asked those questions. Hang on, let's go through here.
กินกันฟรีๆแจกให้พ่อแม่พี่น้องได้ทดลองกันดูถึงคุณประโยชน์และสรรพคุณของยาสมุนไพร
I think the biggest problem with us is we worry too much about stuff, and you know, we want to do things the right way and not getting in trouble. We just want to come here on vacation. We just come here on damn vacation. Don't worry so much about stuff. You know, because the only stuff you see on the internet, people don't share like, oh, this never happened to me. They're just not going to share that on the internet. But when something bad happens, they share it, and then everybody thinks that's the norm, you know? It's not. And nobody's going to tax your Social Security 35%. That's stupid. And to even think there's anybody out there to check that. I mean, if you're coming here to work in Thailand, then you're subjected to pay tax at whatever bracket of income that you're making. That's it. There's nothing more. Forget about all the bullshit you're hearing on the news or seeing on the TV. It's just for clicks. Those people aren't packing up and leaving, you know? They're just saying, oh my God, this is what's going to happen now. They don't want us here. It's tiring. I don't know. We'll see. You know what? I've been through a lot of things every year when I'm here about this and that. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever changes. And time always tells. So if I'm wrong, I guess we'll know, right? Time will always tell what's going to happen. And I'm still, every day I get an email. What are you doing with your taxes now, Chuck, in Thailand? You know, I was going to move to Thailand, but I'm not now. Well, you're probably better off you probably didn't anyway. We worry so much about everything. Because Thailand would definitely drive you crazy. Because the people here really don't think too much. And they don't really care. As long as you're not causing a problem. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. Every country has their problems, you know. I think Thailand's like super easy. I do all of my 90-day check-ins online. I see the immigration office one time a year when I'm ready to do my extension. I know a lot of people say the online doesn't work for me. I don't know, maybe that's true. I know if you don't get your address exactly how they have it, usually that's the problem. Usually it's a street name is always the issue. Like normally once you figure that out, it works. My immigration don't want to see me in there. Like if I go in there, they're like try to tell me how to do the online. So I guess I'm lucky with that. And I do my mom's online too. It's pretty easy. My immigration process is quick. I just show them I have the money. I gotta wait for the guy to sign it. That's it. If you have money coming over here by month, it becomes a little bit more challenging. The money has to be, that statement has to be certified where the funds are coming from. And that's where things become more difficult. So if you can, if you're retired, I would try to come up with 20,000 and just leave it. People say, I don't want to bring my money that's dead money into Thailand. I don't want to do that. I got my money invested. Well, how cheap are things here in Thailand? I'm retired here, and what the cost for me to retire and live here, I think way outweighs if you could even get 6% on your investments. I think just living here, my money goes a lot farther. And the little interest that I make on that account pays for this is kind of what I'm gonna do. This is homemade. And she's been driving this thing around everywhere. Her son made that for her. He's awesome. But anyway, just making things easy for me. I keep the 800,000. The little bit of interest it makes pays for the 1,900 baht fee at the end of the year. And yeah, if I want to if I want to slip the immigration officer 1,000 baht for her lunch, I can do that too. I try to keep my expectations down every time I go to immigration because it seems like everything changes as far as paperwork, like this many copies, that many copies, how many pictures, this and that. Now they want the 1-year statement, and I do Bangkok Bank, and here it takes some time. My mom is at the Krung Thai government bank. She can get her statement the same day, but for me, I gotta wait a few days, which is no problem. You can do your visa extension 30 days before your renewal. You can't do it after. You need to be there before. But I like to do it 30 days before because I'm ready to get back on the road and start traveling again. You want some? I guess I can. นี่ร้อยเดียวโอเคหวานไหม
หวานครับ
หวานเจียวหวาน
เดี๋ยววัน
เจียวหวานไหม
พัน
เปรี้ยวหวานครับ
ตัวใดตึงๆใหญ่ๆแม่เบต้าวันว่าเดี๋ยวพริกวันโอเค
ซ้ำโอมาจากที่ไหนครับ
อัมพวาครับ
อัมพวาโอโอเคครับ
พูดไทยชัดเลย
ฟาร์มเองได้ไหม
ครับ
Did he farm it himself
อ๋อปลูกเองเหรอ
อันนี้รับเข้ามา
รับมา
อ๋อ
รับเข้ามาครับ
โอเคค
ค
รั
รั
บบ
ขอบคุณมากครับ
โชคดีนะครับ
เจือเอง
อัมพวา
สมุทรสงครามนะค
ส
รับ
มุทรสงครามอ๋อโอเคเคยไปอยู่
ครับ
Now I have this. This is good for flushing. Make sure you got some free time. I try to be as respectful as I can whenever I get these comments, but sometimes I get a little irritated after so many of the same things and people worry so much. And then they'll share me some site from a blogger from his opinion or whatever opinion he got, and he's sharing on his blog, so I get irritated sometimes. The Thai government sometimes says a lot of things, just says it,
never happened.
and they never happen. Or if it does happen, they realize, oh hell, that didn't work, because they didn't talk about it.
It takes a long time to tell one thing, so they just say it.
So I get a little irritated sometimes when I get it, and I apologize, and there's nothing I can do about it because it's just read the official documents if there are any. Just don't take them too seriously because a lot of times it changes really quick. They were talking about doing a 90-day visa for foreigners. Everybody's asking about that. I don't know. Does it really matter? I mean, are you coming here for 90 days? You can come here for 5 months if you work the system right. You can stay here most of the year without a visa if you work your system right. I mean, just come here for 30, 60, 90 days, go to Malaysia, bounce around. If you're coming to stay permanently, well, you need to get a visa, a long-term visa. That's just it. If you're going to work the system, just work the system. There's ways around it, but it's not going to be a 90-day probably. They just offered China a 30-day visa just like me. I think it makes sense. I don't know why they didn't have that. So Thai people can go into China and Chinese people can come into Thailand on a 30-day stamp. I mean, that makes sense, I think.
What's wrong? How long you want it? Vacation.
I mean, they had, I don't know, what, 600,000 Chinese people coming here before, 2019. So they're trying to do whatever they can to get some real numbers, Either way, it doesn't really matter. Don't worry too much about the Thai politics. I think it all leads around to people saying they don't want us Westerners here. I've never ever had a Thai official or a Thai person say, you're not welcome here. I feel like a superstar here. If I'm wrong, tell me right now in the comment section. If I'm right, tell me your experience. Don't you guys feel more than welcome here? Have you been back home lately? Every time I go home, I feel like I'm in somebody's way, especially if I got a camera in my hand. I've never felt more welcome in my life. I mean, Thailand makes you as a foreigner feel very special. So don't listen to these people. It's only poison. I've enjoyed my life here. We don't have to stay here. Paige has got an American passport. We can go anywhere, just about anywhere we want to. We don't want to go anywhere because it's good here. It's easy here. Except if you're trying to build that house. That thing's been going on for, I don't know,
10 years later,
at least
still
10
the
years.
same. Almost
I think they,
about 10 years.
I think they got a little over their head on that. You're not allowed to fish in this pond right here. But I see people fishing all the time. Is there somebody going, hey, you can't do that? No, they're not going to do that. Now, if you're in here with a damn bass boat throwing a net, maybe somebody will say, hey, you can't do that. Thailand's easy. There's a saying, up to you. Really, it is. It's up to you. All your experiences in Thailand are going to be up to you. Mostly it depends on your attitude and your expectations. So when you come here expecting the worst because everybody's told you everybody's shit here and they don't care about you, it's not going to work. Hopefully you can see real quick that that's not true.
Both have the same name.
I have two suggestions for you. This will make your life really easy. If you want to come to Thailand and get your visa here is what I do recommend. Don't get your visa before you come into Thailand, unless you're going to get like a tourist visa, a 60-day tourist visa. Get a visa, come into Thailand, go to the province where you're planning on staying. Jom Tien is the easiest, but they want you to have an agency. Every time you go into the Jom Tien immigration office, they're like, you need to see an agent. It's kind of like a VIP service, the agency.
Yeah, but be careful. You need to study because this part, some of the fake agency. Somebody lose so much money.
Oh,
in Pattaya.
definitely. But when the immigration office recommends you to do that, won't they give you
I don't know.
a link for somebody?
I have no idea.
There's a couple of
it's
my
on TV.
Even Daz, when Daz went in there, they gave him some information on where to go see an agent to take care of his visa problems. Like Paige just said, be careful because there are fake agencies out there, big time. So I got a suggestion for you too. But come here on that, but come here, go to the province that you're going to, speak to immigration, ask them, bring whatever you have from whatever your research you've got, bring that and say, what do I need to get my extension? And they'll tell you. And that's all you need to do. And hopefully that person's taking care of you when you come back, because it may change. Just have little expectations and be patient. You have nowhere to go, nothing to do. Don't let your expectations get to you because it's easy. But go to immigration and ask them, what do you need me to do to get my extension for the year? Okay, the other thing you can do is go see the attorney law office that I recommend in my description box and let him do it for you, like he did my mom. He got my mom a 3-month visa, a 12-month visa, and a bank account in 2 hours. In Bangkok immigration office that was packed. We walked through there like Noah, like we split the water, walked right through there. There was somebody sitting in the immigration office, and they made them get out so my mom could take a picture because they were going to break for lunch soon to get her done. VIP. Best thing to do is just see the attorney that I offer in Bangkok. You got to fly to Bangkok anyway. You can come here on a 30-day. You can get your little stamp at the immigration office after you land. You can contact him on the site, set up an appointment with him. He'll even come pick you up at the hotel and do everything for you. Make life simple. That's my suggestion. You don't even have to put if you want to see him every year and just pay him to do it, you don't even have to put the money in the account. They put the money in the account for you, and then they get your visa and they take the money back out. What I did was, once they took the money back out, I put the 800,000 baht in the account for my mom so she could do it herself next year. So that's my suggestion. Oh, and figure out how to do the 90-day. I have plenty of friends all over Thailand that do the 90-day check-in online. A lot of people say, no, it doesn't work, Chuck. It does. Figure out why it's not working for you and do it. Unless you know, some people say, oh, I don't mind, we make a trip out of it. Then that's fine. Do whatever works for you. But if you don't want to deal with immigration, learn how to do it online. Mitch just did his at our house the other day, and he lives in Jomtien. So it works in Jomtien. He's done it twice already online. I do it for my mom here in NakhonPhanom, and I did it for her while she lived in Prachuap. I did it from here while she lived in Prachuap. Ultimately, nothing is for sure 100%. You're living in a country that's not yours, so you're obligated to whatever changes are made with immigration policy. So don't try to get too locked in anywhere here. There's people that have lived here 20 plus years. There's people that have lived here and died here. So they just adapt and they figure out a way to move forward. But anyway, my suggestion is just to get to the law office or the agency, and don't try to sink your boots in, because things always change. Good, how are you? I see the road is coming closer.
Close to me.
Yeah, soon you'll be there.
It depends on what you call the governor.
Okay. Okay, today I hope you sell everything.
Okay, I hope so. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you later. If you guys come visit ThatPhanom, make sure you come buy something from my friend here. Or at least come take a selfie, huh?
No, just support too.
Yeah, support too. Buy something. Very good guy. And he makes, all this stuff is handmade. He makes some of it. I think he makes all the hats. Throughout all the years of living here, I've had so many people get into my business about, I guess because they can, through comment sections or emails or whatever. I'm still here. I'm still making videos. I'm not going anywhere. My wife hasn't left me and taken all my money. It's okay. It's all okay. Usually all the shirts have prices on there, 100 baht, but it's not for every size. So if you're big like me, it's going to be, could be up to 300 baht. So don't see the sign and think that they're trying to rip you off because you're a foreigner. It's because you're not a small size. Most of the time, all problems here are because of miscommunication, whether it's through a relationship or through something official. If it's something we don't understand, miscommunications. I don't share this or that's going to happen. I don't share drama. I share real life experiences. So if you think I'm going down, time will always tell. If you think I'm wrong, which I am sometimes. I do learn from my mistakes, and I don't always think I know everything. And for what I do know, but I only share videos through real life experiences. And I need to learn how to carry an extra battery. Let's get home. My battery's dead. I talk too much. Sexy t-shirt lady. Good morning. I love this shirt here. Still not my size. This one. I think I got one that fits. I might buy this one. Well, I will. I already put it on. Ow. You guys are going to end the video. I know a lot of the content in today's video is not important to a lot of people, but sometimes we have to make these kinds of videos because a lot of questions get asked and there's a lot of concerns out there. I know there's a lot of people out there who probably don't watch my everyday life videos, but sometimes I just have to make a video talking about, I don't know, the reality from my point of view. And not just me, but I know a lot of people in Thailand. We spend most of our time traveling and meeting all kinds of people who share their stories with us. So there's a lot of experiences that I take in from other people and a lot of things that we see. We don't just live in a village for 20 years and our experience is just based on what I've seen here in this little town. It's based on many things. And not only that, but I bring you guys with us every day. So what I see, you guys see, and just relax and don't worry so much about stuff. You know, we got to take care of our business and we need to make sure we're doing the right thing and we're not doing anything illegal, for sure, 100%. I think people worry too much about what other people are doing, and that's what I like about Thailand is they're not really too concerned. Most of the problems that I have usually come from other foreigners and other vloggers too, for that matter. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna go to NakhonPhanom and I gotta go visit the bank, get my 1-year statement. We're gonna be doing my immigration process here in the next couple of days. We'll see you tomorrow.